Greetings, Quentin Bird here with Lion Jude Academy and Heroes Men's Ministry. At work right now, so that's why I took my work shirt off. Um, and I want to make this quick video since we have a little bit of downtime right now. But I want to go ahead and give a quick testimony of how I became a born again Christian, how I gave my life to Christ, and in regards to how I got to that point in my life here. So, long story short, I always grew up in the church. I went to private school from when I was in kindergarten up to eighth grade. I was in church just about every Sunday. My mom and dad was in church, that was a big part of my life. Even though it was in my life, it wasn't in me. In regards to the enthusiasm and just the love and passion for it here. At that stage in my life, it was seeds planted. Um, in regards to understand the things of God, learning how to pray, reading the Bible, uh, and seeing good examples of what it means to be a Christian, what it means to be a child of God. When I became a teenager, I lost my way. I hung out with, um, I'll part of this video, I hung out with the wrong people. Not so much necessarily criminals or gang members. I wasn't that guy. I wasn't that type of kid or teenager that hung out with that crowd, but I did hang out with people who didn't believe in God. People had various New Age beliefs, and that influenced my mindset a whole lot. And for a while, I deterred from Christianity. I wanted to explore other things. I wanted to look at other beliefs. I wanted to look at I wanted to look at other beliefs, and at the time, like anyone else, I believed that hey, there's some truth to all these religions in regards to their stories and idea about morality, about good and evil. I thought there was a little bit of truth in a little bit of everything here. That was my general thought process here, and I was in that state, that mindset for quite a while, from high school even into my early adulthood. So I would say around age 22, when I first started getting into Krav Maga, and when I first started practicing martial arts, I was in a really dark place in my life. I really strongly felt a void in my life where I feel like, even with the training that I was doing, it made me feel great. I still felt this emptiness in my life that it's something that needed to be filled, a desire for something much bigger than just you know making money, getting into shape, practicing martial arts, things that people, lust after. I had a yearning for something much more than that. I couldn't quite put my hand on as far as what I was looking for, what I wanted. But I just knew there was a void in my life, and I felt it every day, even for years. Like prior to training in martial arts, I felt this void, this darkness that, it's just overtaking me. Even though I wasn't a criminal, even though I wasn't, from my perspective, a bad person, still I got into things that I'm not really proud of. I indulged in things that I'm not really proud of. But I thought, oh, it's no big deal. I got it under control. But still, that my heart, I still yearned for something. I wanted something. And I didn't know that it was my desire to be close to Christ. I didn't know it was I wanted a desire to be, you know, to get to know the Lord and have a relationship with Jesus Christ. I didn't know it was that. I just knew I needed something. I was yearning for something, and it was maybe a few months before gave my life to Christ. I was in a really dark place mentally, where the enemy was attacking my mind, and it was unbearable. My state of mind was just not that I was harming people, that didn't happen, but just the anger, the turmoil, the torment. I was in a place where if I didn't make a decision that I knew I needed to make, you know, this could be it in regards to my mental health, in regards to everything. And the mental attacks from the enemy was so strong that, you know, I just didn't know how to cope with it. I didn't know how to deal with it. It's almost like opening a door I shouldn't have opened, and the floodgates just opened, and just it was horrible. I'm not gonna lie. But that's what really compelled me. That's what really compelled me to get my life right. I remember one night I was at a grocery store called Kroger's. We don't have a Kroger's in North Carolina anymore, so I'm not promoting Kroger's. But and the enemy was just attacking my mind so much. I'm just pleading the blood of Jesus, and I heard a voice. He said, "Only if you let it. Only if you let it." He said, "If you," based on paraphrasing, just if you let the enemy overtake you, he's going to overtake you. If you allow him to overtake you, he's going to overtake your mind. And I just, it was I remember it was a Saturday night. I said, you know what? I'm going to go to church. At the time, my mom and my older brother, they were attending this church. The pastor's Nigerian. Even now, he's still my pastor. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go to church. So I went ahead with the church, and the first time in a long time I really felt a sense of peace. I didn't give my life to Christ just yet, but I was on the road to get in that place. This was around September of 2010, and I started attending Bible study. I started going to church a lot more every Sunday. Went to Bible study every Tuesday. Any chance I got, whenever when I was working, I was attending church. And then it was November. It wasn't until November of 2010 when I gave my life to Christ, and I, joined the church that I was at, all on the same Sunday. It was great. I knew it was something that needed to be done. I knew in my heart that's something that I knew in my heart. I knew it was the right thing to do, to be in an eternal covenant with Jesus, to have a relationship with the Most High. Best decision I've ever made in my life. I know that sounds kind of cliche. People would say that, but it is the best decision I've ever made in my life. It really is. My thought process changed. My mindset toward a lot of things changed. But more importantly, something that I never experienced before, that was peace. Real, true, genuine peace. I told everyone I was making a testimony, like, I never felt peace before, true peace, until I became a Christian. Even now, I'm like just getting a little bit watery about it. I never experienced what true peace was until I became born again. And, you know, everything about my life changed for the better, my thought process. Um, I threw away stuff that I had, like a lot of new age stuff, little stuff about Eastern meditation. There was a book that Bruce Lee wrote before he died called Tao Ji Kundo. I threw that away. I threw a lot of stuff that had anything that was linked to, linked to the enemy, anything that was connected to New Age beliefs, anything of that sort. I just threw it away, and I read the Bible, and this is during a time where I didn't really do, I didn't have no Bible dictionary, things like that. I just like read the word as King James version of the Bible, read the Bible, looked up certain meanings of the words, different stories online on my computer, or not computer, but when I had a flip phone, I would just look up different Bible verses, whenever I didn't have access to a Bible. But, my hunger for things of God grew more and more and more over the years. And in many ways, I tell people that my relationship with Christ, my walk with the Lord may be better as a teacher, it may be better as a man, it's maybe better as an instructor in self-defense. And, to this day, my love for the Lord, it's one of the most important things, if not the most important thing in my life. I prayed to the Lord one day. I said, if I don't have you, Lord, I'm nothing. Everything I do up to this point is nothing. And I remember I said, I told him, even if you want me to give up, training in martial arts, training in Krav Maga, I'll give it up for you. You want me to give up everything for you, I'll do it. Because I'd rather do that than be in eternal darkness. I don't want that. So even to this day now, I'm still willing to give up everything for Christ. I'm like, man, you saved my life, you saved my mind, you saved my soul. So yeah, like, I'm gonna be in eternal agreement with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have an eternal covenant with Him, and everything I have, everything I am, everything I have, everything I'm trying to acquire and work hard for, like I'm all that's for Him. All that is in service to the Most High. All that's in service to the Lord. And to this day, um, you know, that sense of peace is still there, and I'm growing every day. Uh, fast forward 2012, I believe I got ordained as a deacon, and then I think it was maybe a year and a half ago, I believe. I think it was like a year and a half ago. Yeah, that I got ordained as a minister, and you know, every day is it's a process. It's always going to be a work in progress. as in regards to mindset, in regards to, things that I have to give up. Obviously, my dressing style has improved to some degree. I don't wear like stuff with logos and skulls and things like that. I don't use profanity. I don't do drugs, things like that. And my group of friends is basically zero. I'm very peculiar as far as who I associate with here. But overall, I just wanted to make this video in regards to let anyone know that, listen, you're not gonna have any regrets about being a born again Christian. Is it hard? Yeah, it's hard, but He's given us power, and we take that time to develop a connection with the Lord. We take that time to learn how to grow, how to be in love with the Lord, how to grow, in love with Him, how to delight in His Word, how to delight in Him, and delight in being in His presence. And I encourage everyone just to enjoy that moment and seek the Lord.